10 past the 105 freeway towards the 91. He made the transition road to the 91 westbound and then exited at Cherry. Made a southbound trip down Cherry Avenue, connected with Orange, Del Amo, and now he's back on Cherry again, heading southbound. You saw that officer from the Long Beach Police Department holding traffic there at that intersection because he's been running through red lights, moving at a good clip. He slows down at times, but there's other times where he's going a good 65, 75 miles an hour down this stretch of Cherry Avenue. And it's a pretty wide open stretch here. You see, look at how many units are trailing him. Wow. Yeah, at least a half a dozen. Drizzling here. The roadways, though, appear to be dry for the most part. And he's making his way down towards now the 405 freeway. Southbound on Cherry Avenue. We're right past Long Beach Airport here, tracking him from up here in Skyfox. And they're tracking him. Law enforcement is with an LA County Sheriff's helicopter and all those units trailing him behind. Now, you see those cars pull off to the right there? That's exactly what you want to do. If you see something like this coming behind you, and it could happen really quickly, first and foremost, never try to be a hero. Try to pull off to the right, children. Yeah, no question, no question. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But if you see something like this, just give the officers plenty of space. Don't try to box him in, the suspect. You have no idea who you're dealing with. The cab of that older pickup truck looks like it's got some damage to the top of it, or some paint wear to the top of it. No, on a scale, I always rate him on a scale of 1 to 10. This guy's probably about a 4 or 5, mid-range. He's gone through a couple lights, picks up speed, but nothing like some of the erratic driving, high speeds, blowing through stop signs, endangering people that we've seen many a times up here in Skyfox. Approaching the 405 freeway. Let's see what happens here. If he's going to get on, this is Cherry Avenue here, and the 405 is right up ahead. And again, now Long Beach Police have been alerted, so many units from the city arriving to help out with traffic control, holding traffic at busy intersections if he chooses to stay on the surface streets here in this town. He's passed. He actually passed the 405, and he's going to continue south, and this will take him down towards downtown Long Beach, past the hospital here, the Long Beach Memorial Hospital here, and he's continuing southbound on Cherry Avenue. And here he slows down a bit, crosses over in the middle lane because he's coming up on an intersection with a red light. Now he's going to go in the center divider area, and let's see if he's going to make a left turn here from Cherry Avenue. Look at how busy it is. Now he's got some problems. He's going to have to cross the double line, go against traffic, heading southbound, northbound lanes, across the intersection here, against a red light. Yep, that's a traffic violation, which he will be written up for and held accountable for once they take him into custody, if that is the case. But they're going to make sure this guy doesn't get away. They definitely want to end this again. End it in a safe way. And he is on Willow Street now, making his way eastbound on Willow through Long Beach. This pursuit, Skyfox picked up first here. Go ahead. Yeah. That's right, and agencies have changed the protocol at times because of that, Steve, because there have been so many needless fatalities as a result of these pursuits. LAPD, laid off a little bit once they saw some of these creating situations like this. In fact, within the last couple of years, the Los Angeles Police Department led the state in injuries and fatalities as a result of pursuits. All right, he's making a left-hand turn now. He waited on traffic. He did look both ways. Fortunately, no wrecks yet. We haven't seen any collisions yet. Now he's heading back northbound towards the 405 freeway here. And I'll get you a street in just a moment. Looks like there's an empty canister or two in the back of the truck there underneath the 405. So he's going to stay on surface streets here, still in Long Beach, approaching Long Beach Airport, which is just to the north of our location now. So we'll see what he can do. He really is, and he may know this neighborhood or he may not. The bottom line is he's just trying to evade police. He thinks he can get away. Right now he's not in custody, and as long as he's not in custody and can run, he's going to do so. Although at times, we see these guys just get kind of tired and for no apparent reason just decide to pull over and give up. But there you go. There's all those units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a dozen at least officers trailing this guy. There's a helicopter as well circling overhead, a low orbit there, and you can see the planes there adjacent to Long Beach Airport as he makes his way back westbound on this frontage road along the 405 freeway here. People pulling over as they should. That's perfect. Exactly what you want to do there. I'm sure as you said, Steve, the sound of 12 law enforcement vehicles coming up is definitely on alert there. There's a vehicle, a police vehicle holding traffic again. We're seeing more of that, being that he is staying in the same general vicinity, and he is heading back to where he came from, possibly back towards Cherry here, right adjacent to Long Beach Airport and the 405 freeway. There was a ramp onto the 405. He's crossing over the 405, so he's choosing to avoid the freeway, but he's not going to avoid some traffic here backing up as he crosses over the 405. Again, I'll get you a street here in just a moment. Heading westbound, though, here in Long Beach. Let's see what he does here. That's an off-ramp from the northbound side of the 405. Again, a pursuit that started on the 710 freeway southbound near MLK. At least that's where we first picked it up on our scanners up at the Fox 11 News assignment desk, and he made his way southbound on the 710. This is a freeway pursuit for some time. South 710, past the 105 to the 91 freeway, and then he made the transition as he goes against traffic here, heading westbound and eastbound lanes, and there he goes, making a right turn around all that traffic, and he's on Spring Street now, making his way northbound. Actually, this should be Cherry, actually. Back northbound on Cherry, this individual here driving. So he definitely is doubling back, and again, he's avoiding the ramps, most likely because they're backed up so much this time of morning. Yeah, certainly, you're right. All right, he's heading northbound on Cherry. Let's see if he makes a right turn here. Nope, he's going to stay the course, northbound on Cherry Avenue, back towards the 91, right back where he exited the 91 freeway, westbound in North Long Beach. And we have at least a dozen law enforcement vehicles tracking him, as well as that LA County Sheriff's helicopter and Los Angeles County. Look at these people coming out on the side there taking pictures. That one guy even hopped off the curb. Not a good idea to do that. Picking up speed here, northbound through that intersection there. More and more bystanders are coming out to check out the scene. And that's what happens when pursuits stay in one general area and they start to take traction on the media. They see that the pursuit's in their neighborhood, so they come out and get a quick look. Would advise against that, because you never know with an erratic driver. He could come right up on the curb. He's booking at a high rate of speed, going through intersections against oncoming traffic. So he's driving erratically. This is definitely a very dangerous situation, and they want to bring this to a conclusion, a safe conclusion, without anybody getting hurt as quickly as they can. They can pit this individual. They have an open road up ahead, but they're keeping a decent space cushion between themselves and the suspect, which again, we still have not found out how this pursuit started, why he's being pursued at this time. All we heard is some talk that they believe this individual could be armed. And as you made the point earlier, Steve, they have to essentially assume the worst-case scenario with anybody. Anybody who chooses to run from police, definitely a bit sketchy and could be up to no good. Could be a third striker. Who knows? You're absolutely right, and you have those the officers that are standing by at intersections as well, and they could be out fighting crime, and they're having to deal with this guy who just 12 behind him. Yeah, look at this. We'll widen out. I mean, he's slowed down, and right here is a perfect area you could do it. You could see adjacent to the cemetery. There's no, they have tactics in place. Perhaps they're waiting for an additional moment. I can't answer the question of these highly trained law enforcement personnel, but they're looking for that moment, perhaps. Maybe they feel it'll be able to end without having to conduct the pit maneuver. In a situation like this, it's nearly impossible to throw out a spike strip. Although, if he stays in the area and keeps doing loops, we have seen it where they have done they have laid out spike strips on surface streets like this, and they have been successful. And not necessarily, no. I would say that there's likely only certain vehicles that do. But once a pursuit has been going on this long, there are going to be units nearby that could quickly show up at the scene of a situation like this and throw one down. Or the pursuit intervention technique, the pit maneuver, just bumping them in the back on the corner there, spinning them out, disabling the vehicle. That's what they want to do here. And it looks like something may have just flown out of the, maybe it was just a piece of paper there off the side of the road there. Again, tinted windows. You can't really see inside the cab. I've been trying to see if we can get a little better idea of what we're dealing with. And if it's just the driver, the suspect driver who's in this vehicle. You can see the paint wear on the hood and on top of the cab here. Traveling northbound still in Long Beach on Cherry Avenue. He's going to be approaching the 91 freeway again, which he will have the option to get back on the freeway. The 91, though, is still very busy. It's still drizzling here in Long Beach, but fortunately the roadway down below dry for the most part, so that won't cause an additional hazard to the officers who are pursuing them. And again, yeah, we counted 12. Let's widen out again, and we'll show you the parade of officers from multiple agencies. The California Highway Patrol, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in frame now. And for a time, again, I had counted a dozen. He's moving at about the speed limit, maybe a little over it at this time. But just staying the course northbound here on Cherry Avenue. He's got the green light there going through that intersection, and he will be approaching the 91 freeway here in just a couple of blocks. So we'll see if he chooses to get back on the 91. And if he continues northbound on Cherry, then he will be entering the city of Paramount. And as he exits one city and enters another, different agencies may take part in this pursuit as well. Fortunately, we have not heard of any injuries or wrecks yet. Go ahead, Steve. Yeah, you're not allowed to have a heavy tint on your windows. At least your front windows there on the passenger and on the driver's side. Obviously, not the windshield either. But his looks to be close, close right on the bar there. But from our vantage point, it's a little difficult to tell. Okay, do not get on the 91. That was the 91 that crossed over Cherry. He's continuing, staying the course, northbound on Cherry Avenue. More traffic up ahead here. He's in the right turn lane. Let's see if he chooses to stay straight north. Yep, he is. And now he is in the city of Paramount, continuing northbound here on Cherry. And this stretch of Cherry, a bit narrower here, more traffic than we saw down in the Long Beach area. The next freeway he'll come up on will be the 105 freeway, but I do not believe there is actually it'll be Garfield, because Cherry Avenue turns into Garfield here in the city of Paramount. So he will have the option of getting on that 105 freeway, the Glenn Anderson freeway. That makes sense. That makes sense because it started on the 710 at MLK. That is in the Southgate area. So it's very possible this pursuit may have started on surface streets in Southgate, adjacent to the 710 freeway. He got on that 710 freeway, and as I said, he made his way southbound on the 710, a very busy stretch of 710 freeway, heading down towards the Long Beach Harbor area. He passed the 105, made his way to the 91. He decided to make a transition to the eastbound 91, and he stayed on the 91 for a very short period of time, exiting at Cherry, took Cherry southbound, and then we saw him do the loops. Cherry, Orange, Del Amo, Willow, back onto Cherry. Now he's heading back northbound on Cherry. He passed the 91, now is in Paramount, and Cherry in the community of Paramount turns into Garfield Avenue. So he is on Garfield Avenue, heading northbound in Paramount, coming up now towards the 105 freeway. This pursuit, it's been going on for some time, and again, officers are keeping a little bit of a pad here. We haven't seen them being too overly aggressive. We have not seen a pit maneuver being attempted as of yet. We do not know why this pursuit started in Southgate at this time. If anybody was injured initially, we have not seen any collisions. Thankfully, motorists who are hearing the parade of officers behind him pulling over safely to the right. CHP was involved, Long Beach Police, And again, as you pointed out, Liz, same with the Southgate Police Department. Well, if this was a crime committed in Southgate, they are still the lead agency. They want to get this guy. He did something in Southgate that they want to grab him for, and that situation, that incident, that alleged incident, unknown at this time. But if it starts in a community and the law enforcement is, say, Southgate, then Southgate is still technically the lead agency, but they will definitely get help, cooperation from other agencies. Once it enters the freeway, the California Highway Patrol picks up. Once it made its way into Long Beach Police started to help out because then they're in their neighborhood, so they want to control traffic here. He's got a red light. He waited for the traffic to go, but now he's crossing over against the light. Another vehicle infraction. You can see the space cushion again between the suspect in this older model red pickup truck and the officers behind him heading northbound on Garfield Avenue, approaching the 105, the Glenn Anderson Freeway. Yeah, there has been. It really varies, Liz. I've seen some in which there's only been a handful, and the suspect is just as dangerous as a guy who's wanted for a misdemeanor who chooses not to pull over. And he's choosing not to get on the 105 freeway. He's staying the course still, northbound on Garfield Avenue, past the 105. Now, guess what? He's back in the community of Southgate, where this pursuit started. That's right. Stand by 1 second. I'm going to get some additional information we're getting from the law enforcement helicopter up here about the suspect. So I'll be back with you guys in just a few seconds here. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
All right, for those of you just joining us, we are watching a live police pursuit. We saw that multiple police units are pursuing this pickup truck. You could say at least a dozen police units pursuing this pickup truck. This pursuit was in Long Beach. It's now in the Southgate area. Southgate is north of Long Beach and south of downtown LA, right in between Long Beach and downtown LA. Let's go ahead and continue to listen to the chopper pilot.
Who that assault victim is, when and where that happened, that information we were unable to find out. But this suspect allegedly pointed an AK-47, an assault rifle, at Southgate police officers. So now we know a little bit more. Perhaps they're holding back. This guy, very erratic. He could have an armed weapon on board if that account is true. And he's continuing in the community of Southgate now on Garfield Avenue, northbound. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. It makes a lot of sense. He's in Southgate right now, so we'll see if he goes back to his neighborhood, to where perhaps this all started at a specific location. Again, an assault with a deadly weapon suspect who allegedly pointed an AK-47 at Southgate. Officers were in the community of Southgate, and this suspect continues to drive his red pickup truck northbound on Garfield Avenue, adjacent to the 710 freeway and the Los Angeles River. Just having passed Imperial Highway, he'll be coming up on Firestone Boulevard. And if he wants to stay in his Southgate neighborhood, if this is his neighborhood, and he has a connection here, he will need to make a left turn here or head westbound on Firestone Boulevard. Again, still northbound on Garfield Avenue here, just crossing over the wash there. And this suspect here, as we encounter a little bit more in the way of fog and low cloudiness with this June gloom morning, the visibility's dropping a little bit for us, but we're going to stay with this just as long as we can. A dangerous situation indeed. We have not heard that at all, no, Steve. Just that he's wanted for an assault with a deadly weapon charge. True. got him to the right. You got him right. You're right. Now he's traveling. Look at this. He's traveling northbound in southbound lanes on Garfield, completely against traffic. Here's some motorists making a left turn onto that stretch and right across this very busy stretch of Firestone. I mentioned he was coming up on Firestone Boulevard, and what is he going to do? He's going to stay northbound on Garfield Avenue here, and Garfield splits off here, and we're going to be changing cities yet again. We're going to be in Bell Gardens here in another block or so, and Garfield Avenue kind of splinters off into Eastern Avenue and Garfield Avenue. It stays Garfield if you veer right, so we'll see which direction he goes. But he's continuing northbound, and he's continuing north from Long Beach, from south of the 405 when he picked up Cherry Avenue yet again by the Long Beach Airport. There's that splinter off to the right, as I told you about. That's Garfield Avenue, and he's going to continue northbound on Garfield here through the community now of Bell Gardens. Again, if you're just tuning in, this pursuit started a while ago in Southgate, a good 35, 40 minutes ago in Southgate near the 710. He's against traffic yet again across the island there, heading northbound and southbound lanes, avoiding all the backup and the light there. So he's really becoming a bit more erratic. And now that we know there's a good possibility that he may have an AK-47 on board, and he's an assault with a deadly weapon suspect. This is a very dangerous guy. We apologize. The ceiling is very low here, so we're trying to do the best we can with this Marine layer. Him. Yeah. And with that, they still want to bring this to an end as quickly as they can in a safe way, in a way that shots aren't fired, that nobody, no innocent bystander is hurt in this pursuit. You can see officers setting up now, crossing over Florence, still northbound on Garfield Avenue in the community of Bell Gardens here. And a very busy stretch of roadway here. A dangerous situation indeed. An assault with a deadly weapon suspect who allegedly pointed an assault rifle at Southgate police officers. And you got it. Southgate definitely still is going to be the lead on this pursuit in that alleged crime was committed in their jurisdiction. But other agencies have picked up help as he makes his way again northbound in southbound lanes. And so far, we haven't really seen any traffic. A lot of that is because the traffic's being held up at the light, and that's why he's making that move. The traffic's backed up on the northbound side because there's a light holding north and southbound traffic. He's able to hop over, head northbound and southbound lanes where there is no traffic because the southbound lanes are held up at the same light up ahead. He's done that a number of times, and here he goes again with all these lights. The lights are in sync here, definitely on Garfield Avenue, northbound on Garfield Avenue through the community of Bell Gardens. And officers are setting up more now, being that he has been staying the course. He's been on this stretch of roadway, if you want to count Cherry, because Cherry turns into Garfield in Paramount for several miles now, just staying the course northbound here. He's past no, he will actually make another connection with the 5 coming up up ahead. The 710 is off to the left, off to our west, this stretch of roadway paralleling the LA River and the 710 freeway. But he's going to be heading now into Commerce, that industrial area here. A lot of trucker traffic as well. There you go, on cue. You can see those big rigs. I mean, it's for us. It's definitely more of a challenge. You can see our visibility here, and obviously there's other helicopters, so we're trying to keep in touch with them. And the law enforcement helicopter, they need the most space. They're here to do the job, and we don't want to get in their way either. But it definitely is. It's having an impact on the aerial, coverage, and from law enforcement and from us on the ground. The visibility, the surface visibility down below isn't too bad. But it is drizzling here in this neighborhood again. In fact, we're having to hold off just a little bit here. They're off to the right there. And there is the 710 freeway. Actually, that is the 5 freeway he's going under right now, heading northbound on Eastern, coming out of the City of Commerce, and now we'll be heading into East Los Angeles. And we're going to have a street name change again here as Garfield here comes up on Washington Boulevard. So we're in Commerce right now, adjacent to Montebello. And again, our ceiling's really dropping here. We're doing the best we can. This is a pursuit that started in the community of Southgate. If you're just tuning in, it's heading northbound on Garfield Avenue through the City of Commerce, just passing Interstate 5 and the 710 freeway here. Stand by with our picture here. We're going to try to get a little closer look as visibility starts to improve. That's right. Or perhaps a family member or friend recognizes the vehicle and knows about the incident, the suspect, trying to make communication with him, and they're talking to law enforcement. There could be some dialogue going on for sure. Bottom line, they want him to pull over safely. Nobody gets hurt and end this peacefully. And they're going to do whatever they can to make that happen. And being that he very well possibly has that AK-47 with him. Again, this alleged incident started in Southgate with the suspect pointing an AK-47 at Southgate officers. This is a very dangerous situation, and now we know why officers are being not quite as aggressive as we've seen during past pursuits. And he's continuing northbound now in the community of Montebello, and I'm still counting a number of units trailing him as he continues northbound here on Garfield Avenue. And it all depends on the suspect and, of course, the vehicle, the condition of the vehicle. If he runs out of gas, then he's out of luck. But there's been situations where, as I indicated earlier, these suspects just get tired of running. Perhaps they are in touch with somebody, a family member, a friend, and they convince the suspect to pull over. Or officers are able to disable the car via a spike strip or a pimp maneuver to make the suspect stop here. But so far that has not occurred, and this pursuit continues now in Montebello on Garfield Avenue here in a very foggy and drizzly Montebello as we track this pursuit. As we were first on scene and continue to watch this suspect in this red pickup truck, unknown if it's stolen or not. All we do know is we got one report from law enforcement that this is an assault with a deadly weapon suspect, an AWD suspect, who allegedly pointed an AK-47 at Southgate police officers. When that assault with a deadly weapon incident occurred, where it occurred, that information has not been given to us at this time. We're still trying to get more on that and the suspect. We do know now, though, that he is moving at a good rate of speed northbound, and he's going to be coming up next on the 60 freeway. So he's covered quite the real estate here in Southern California on this overcast and drizzly Wednesday morning. So far, we have not seen any accidents as of yet. We haven't heard of any shots fired. We haven't heard of any innocent bystanders being hurt, so that's good news despite the erratic nature of his driver and the fact that he very may well have that AK-47 with him on board. We just don't, and the windows are too tinted there for us to really get a good look. All right, making a right turn here. There's the 60 freeway, and we'll see what he does. Looks like this is going to be that frontage road right along the 60 freeway here through Montebello, and he's going to be coming up on, looks to be the Montebello Shopping Center here. So he's off of Montebello Boulevard via Campo, that area just south of the 60 freeway. Let's see, he's got the red light or not. He's making his way slowly through these intersections. He doesn't just blow through them. He definitely reduces his speed. He doesn't want to get in a collision. So at least with that, he is trying to be somewhat cautious, despite the fact what he's allegedly wanted for. There's the 60 off to the left. The eastbound side of the 60 freeway is a wide open freeway during the morning rush. It's the westbound side that's typically the busiest side. So we'll see if he chooses to get it on one of these ramps here and picks up that 60 freeway. And he's going to have that opportunity right here. We'll see if he does it. Nope. He's choosing to see. He could have gotten right on the wide open 60 freeway. He's making a left turn here, and he's going to stay on surface streets. And now he is going to be entering the community of Monterey Park here as we continue to track this. The ceiling is really low. We're really battling that. We're doing the best we can up here. You got come on there. Hey, clear. Yeah. All right, we got traffic. We got some cones up here as well. So let's see. Let's widen out a little bit so we can get an idea of what's happening here. Yeah, there's some road work here. You can see there's some patched road, and he's making a left turn here. And this is a detour that's been set up possibly. And I'm going to get this facility here for you in just a moment. We're just north of the 60 freeway, and looks like he's pulling into this parking lot. For some reason, the connection he has with this, we're going to try to figure that out. There's a sign on the front of the building, but it's a multi-story office building in Monterey Park here, in this roundabout parking lot that's very busy. Now, this is where a situation can get very dangerous, especially dealing with a suspect that we're hearing is inside this pickup truck. And this guy is just in front of him, just on his way to work and trying to find a parking spot. You got a food truck up there, and sure enough, he's just moving very slowly. He did not have to pull into this facility, but he decided to. Perhaps he has a connection, or maybe he thinks this is his next move. As you mentioned, Steve, what is he thinking? He's thinking, if he did do exactly what we heard he did, he knows that's an infraction that's going to put him behind bars for some time. All right, doors opening here. Let's see what happens. He's going to continue to move. Now he is stopping at this point. You see a blue flashing light inside the cab. That's reflection. Okay, one arm out. It looks like he may be giving up here. Let's see what happens. Guns drawn. Lead officer is telling the suspect exactly what to do. Hands open. Open the door. This is a protocol that's trained over and over again. Back to the police. Hands up in clear view. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. Walk backwards towards us. And as I indicated, you never know how these are going to end. Sometimes they just say, you know what, I've had enough. And that may be the case here. Maybe he was talking to somebody on the phone that convinced him to give up and end peacefully. And he's going to be going off to jail here. He's doing exactly what he's been told. Hands up, then he'll be laying flat on the pavement. An officer will then come up, check him for any weapons, cuff him. Then they're going to have to clear that vehicle, make sure there's no other suspects in there. Perhaps evidence, maybe that AK-47. Maybe they won't have him lay out. Nope, they are. They got him really close, down on his knees, hands behind his neck there. And they're going to approach him, handcuff him. Gun still drawn on the vehicle. You see the officer on the right there, because they want to make sure with the tinted windows they can't tell. Maybe someone's ducking down below. And this will not officially be a code 4 until they clear that vehicle. The cab definitely is clear. We saw that, or the bed is definitely clear. We saw that. But now we're going to see a couple of officers approach the suspect's car. They're checking. Very casual. Pulled into the parking lot of this facility in the way that some of the workers arriving did. The LA County Sheriff's helicopter is still circling overhead. Again, we're in the community of Monterey Park, just off the 60 freeway on the north side of the 60 freeway, where this pursuit is coming to an end. Okay. Off of Garfield Avenue, and then hooked up with Via Campo, that frontage road along the 60, and then made a northbound turn into Monterey Park. Okay, so now these two officers checking LA County Sheriff's deputies down below here. They're checking the vehicle, and it's a code 4. The cab is clear, the bed is clear, and they're getting information. It looks like just a standard arrest, not with what we saw, on the streets and freeways of Southern California. Thankfully, again, we see this situation end in a peaceful way. We don't think anybody was hurt during the pursuit. What happened with that alleged initial assault with a deadly weapon incident? We don't have information on that yet, but this gentleman is off to jail, and he's